Hello, guys, and welcome back. So, this is a very special project that we're going to be working on over the next 2 weeks. And what I mean by that, the last 2 weeks of every semester, I always give a project that is known as independent projects. Now, these projects are special because they allow you to work on anything that you want to work on as long as it's related to art and you work on it independently. Now, the caveat for this, or the condition for this, is that you have to have every assignment completed in my class. If you do not have all the assignments completed, if you're missing some, these 2 weeks are the time that you can go back and you can make up work, because this is the last 2 weeks that we have in school. And I always have some students that have missing assignments. Now, this last 2 weeks of school, I use this as a reward for my students who have completed everything, and they can use what they have learned in my class to create whatever they want. But like I said, you have to make sure that everything else is done and turned in. And if it's not, well, then this assignment, you're going to be spending the entire time getting caught up. But what is independent projects? Let me go ahead and give you the lesson so you can see. And I have to bend over so I can actually see around here, but you'll find out in a second. Independent projects. Basically, you plan something out, you work it out, you sketch it, you think about what something's going to look like, and then you make it. Now, it can be a 1 day project and you do multiple ones of those, or it could be one single project that lasts the entire 2 weeks. It is completely up to you. It's whatever you want to do, but you do need to be doing something related to art. Now, as far as the limitations, basically you are limited to whatever supplies you have available. Now, if you're in the classroom, you obviously are limited to what I have available in the classroom. If there's something else you want to do and you want to bring it in, you want to have your own supplies, and you can bring it in and you can use your own supplies, and I can teach you how to do that. For instance, I've had students that wanted to paint shoes. That is awesome, except I do not have shoes available for my students to paint, so they're going to have to bring their own in. I also don't have fabric paint available, so they're going to have to again bring their own in. Now, let's say you want to paint along with Bob Ross. I personally don't have any canvases, but if you want to paint on a canvas and you have canvas, you can bring it in. I do have paints in the classroom though, and if it's for an art project for this for the classroom for this assignment, then yes, you can use the paints. Now, on the other hand, I've had students that wanted to do art projects for other teachers. For instance, I had a student that wanted to paint calculator cases for another teacher. That's fine, but I did not let them use the paints that were in my room for the project, and the reason for that is because the paints and supplies in my room are used for my students. If it's going to be going to another classroom and used for another class, then the other teacher needs to supply those supplies to you. Now, that doesn't mean you can't work on it. You can, but the supplies for my class need to stay in my class. Now, if you're working at home, you're limited to whatever supplies you have available. And believe it or not, you don't need a whole lot to make art. Now, let's get into some examples about what you can do. I've had students that painted Pokemon cards before and custom painted them. And this is an assignment that I've actually taught to a group of my students before. So yes, this is an option. I've had students that wanted to just paint randomly. They painted a different picture every day, and this is one of them. And beautiful Squidward, that's definitely an option. I had students that wanted to paint along with other artists online. That's also an option. And I've had some students that did our paper mache project and decided that instead of just spending a week on paper mache, they wanted to spend 3 weeks on it and make it as good as it could possibly be. And they made a Fortnite pinata llama in 3 weeks, and they did a really good job. I've also had students that just wanted to practice digital painting. That's fine. I've had students want to work together on a project. Now, obviously, during quarantine, we can't really do that unless, you're doing this with a member of the family that also goes to school, and you want to bundle up this project together and work as a group. Say siblings want to work together. I actually have several students that they have a sibling that is say 6th grade and they are in 8th grade, and if they want to collaborate together and make one project, that's fine too. So what you need to do first, please plan out everything that you're going to do. Plan it out, sketch it out. Sketching is very important. Make sure that you draw what you're going to do and sketch it out and color it and know exactly what you want, instead of saying, oh, I want to do this, and then 5 minutes later, no, now I want to do this, and then 5 minutes later, no, I want to do this. Think about what you want to do, sketch it out, plan it, and then do it. There's lots of different options available to you. Now, if you do not have any creative juice at all and you don't know what to do, I can give you assignments. In fact, there is one assignment that I'm going to be giving right after this presentation for those of you who would like to follow along with me. But let's say that you don't really have any supplies, or you don't know what to do, or you don't know what to create, and you don't want to do digital painting. I can supply you with other options such as videos to watch and things like that. Just let me know and I can supply that for you. So let me go ahead and I'm going to skip back over to my other camera, which is right here. Boom. And let me introduce you to the lesson that I was going to give, but we never actually had time during NTI. And that's a lesson on paper mache. So yes, that lesson I will be posting directly after this one. And if you'd like to follow along and do paper mache, this is very simple to do. And all I used was cardboard, newspaper, hot glue. That's about it. I added some paper in there, and this is a soap bottle. So like literally I made this out of nothing. Okay, and I will show you exactly how to do that too if you want to follow along. Now again, you don't have to. Independent projects mean you can work independently, whatever you want to do. This is just an option for you. So this project right here took me about 4 days, I think. So yeah, it would be about 2 weeks normally. A/B schedule, that kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you all very much. I hope you enjoy this lesson. You will need to show me your progress every day. So in the Google Classroom, make sure you take a picture of what you're doing every day so I can verify that you are actually doing something and turn it in to me. If you do not have all your lessons completed, this is your time to go back and make sure you do complete them. All right. Thank you all very much. If you have any questions for me, please email me. Let me know. I hope you all have had a great semester. I hope you had a great year with me. And I hope you enjoy this final lesson. Thank you all very much. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your year.